Maro, thank you so much for joining me. Once York United, now Inter Toronto. What's it like seeing this whole rebrand come to fruition?
It's exciting. I think it's our better version. I think obviously what we've been cooking for the past couple of months is exciting. The first team is also something that I'm excited about, and is obviously going to be my priority. But at this club, we're going to build a lot. Obviously, with our academy, we want to create a proper pathway for young players, and that's something I'm extremely excited about as well. So happy with this whole change, and Inter Toronto is going to be exciting.
I think cooking is the key word there, actually.
Yes, exactly.
When you saw the unveiling of the logo, just from an aesthetics perspective, what was your first reaction into what everything looks like?
It was amazing. To be honest, I didn't have words because
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not gonna lie, I liked our old colors, but the reality is we just got better.
Yeah.
I think the colors are insane. I think the logo is quite nice. The team behind it, our marketing team, is fantastic. So it's really nice.
It's an upgrade, and I think we can see that in your face right there.
Definitely.
Now, you've been here before and after the new ownership group came in. You've seen the evolution of this club. What are some of the biggest differences that you've noticed in just the way that this club operates and the standard that's been set?
I think the biggest thing for us, and for me particularly when I obviously started at the project, is we have a vision, and that's something that we didn't have in the past. I think we were living on a daily basis. We were just kind of going year after year, and obviously sitting down with our ownerships, they sat down, they have a vision, and they've creating a path not only for young players, but for the club and for football in Canada. So that's what excites me. So it's our leadership. They know exactly what they want. They're going above and beyond. And for me, it means a lot to be part of that. So on my end, again, I'm going to give it my all to this new face of our club into Toronto. Again, it's going to be exciting. There's going to be a lot of new things coming out, and it's a good place to be.
Leadership is a key word there, but also community. That's one of the things that I've noticed in having the words Toronto associated with your club now. How do you think this rebrand will contribute to the culture that you're trying to build in the locker room?
I think it's going to be important. Obviously, what we did last year with bringing a lot of players from Toronto is going to continue to be one of our main keys. Having our own academy, I think, is going to be very, very important because Toronto is there's just so much talent in multiple areas, but in the soccer world, there's so many people that come out of Toronto and have big careers. And why not start at Inter Toronto? Why not go through the CPL and go above and beyond, go to Europe, play for the national team? Let's create that story, and that's what excites me. It's exciting that we can now pick up a kid at 12, 11 years old and see him bloom into a professional and going into bigger and better.
I think that local angle is crucial and something not everyone really has the opportunity to have. So going forward from a footballing perspective, in terms of what this club was able to accomplish last season, what are you excited about for 2026?
We want more. Obviously, as you can see, everybody at this club is extremely ambitious. Obviously, starting with our ownership, and we saw a different version of our players this year. We saw pretty much everyone get better numbers, get better stats, and we're hungry. The second year, they normally say it's going to be it's the hardest one. So, but we're ready. We're excited. We have a good base to continue to grow. And I'm a big believer in a winning culture. Everywhere I've went on different clubs, I was able to win, and I'm certain that I'm going to do that with Inter Toronto as well.
Love it. Thank you so much, Maro. Enjoy your night. Ricardo, Eduardo, thank you so much for joining me. Congratulations on a successful rebrand. You both have called this the next step in this club's transformation. What does it mean to now be Inter Toronto?
Well, it means a lot for us and for the city. It's just one of our main goals that we had to accomplish. It's going to bring us a huge connection with the Toronto region, with possible more fans, and to make a stronger project. At the end, we'll call Inter Toronto now because of the special background that Torontonians have in this city with different backgrounds and cultures. So that's exactly what we want to do with Inter Toronto, and just be a part of the puzzle. We're very, very excited, and also on the sporting side, we're growing not only the first team, but the academies next year, starting from U13, U14, U15 until U21. So it's amazing. We're very, very excited to be a part of this amazing city and this amazing country.
And how happy are you with the ultimate outcome, the look and feel of the logo, just the way everything has sort of come to fruition?
Yeah, so as Eduardo said, it's a great night, not just for the club, for CPL, for Canada soccer in general. Couldn't be more excited to what's ahead. Finally, like the word is out there, right? There's a lot of rumor, gossips around, but it's finally here. As you can see, at least from my end, I'm a huge fan of everything that represents logo, colors, like everything. Just beyond excited.
Speaking of rumors and whispers, in terms of the next steps going forward and what else this transformation means, can we expect, or is it realistic to think about new stadiums and potential relocations of this club?
Sure. I mean, at the end, we've been in conversations with the city. They've been amazing to us. They want us to be a part of the city, and of course, we want to be a part of the city as well. So conversations are going pretty well. We're working on Lamport Stadium to make it a better facility, not only for the club or for the CPL, but for the community and for the city. We want to grow with the sport. We want to bring Torontanians more together with the World Cup, and also by playing and be part of the beautiful game as well.
Yeah, you just alluded to it there, but I'm curious to know, in looking ahead again, how do you think this new identity will contribute to growing the role of this club, not only in the CPL, but in Canada?
Yeah, so it goes like many layers, right? To begin with, we want to have a club that truly represents Torontonians. Am I saying it right?
Yeah.
That people like feel proud of this club, that they embrace the club, that they look up to. And from our end, we got to build a very successful team on and off the pitch. And then it goes beyond Toronto. It goes through all over Canada and obviously to international level also. I've said this a million times, like Toronto for us is for many people, it's one of the most beautiful and important cities throughout the world. So what better way to represent the club than being here in Toronto and having our club named after that?
I love that. Okay, my last one for both of you. When fans see this rebrand for the first time, when they see this logo, they see the new colors of this club, what do you want them to feel?
I want to feel, again, going back to my answer, is a club that truly represents them, right? Again, on the pitch, we promise, and I'm not being cocky, I'm confident, we're going to have the better team throughout Canada, obviously in the CPL. And off the pitch is just embracing the community, being part of, that people feel proud of cheering, feel proud of rooting for, and we're not gonna stop working until we achieve that.
Yeah, at the end, well, the CPL, as you know, was created to bring those youth Canadians a chance, not go overseas and stay at home and achieve their dream, no? And we want to be a part of it, of course, to bring those young Canadians and hopefully achieve their goal by being professionals and being a club that's a leading example on and off the pitch and represent the city that we're very proud of.
Well, thank you so much for joining me again. Congratulations. This looks great. Now go enjoy this event, guys. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right, Kembo, thank you so much for joining me. This is an important night. It's a big one for your club. Now enter Toronto. First and foremost, what were your reactions when you saw the new logos, the aesthetics of it all, and what this club now represents?
I was excited and I loved it. I'm born here. I'm a Toronto boy, so to change the name to Enter Toronto was really exciting for me, and it makes me feel like I'm home. So, and the colors, I love the colors. They look amazing. So I'm excited to see what the kit will look like next year.
For you now to wear the actual word Toronto on your jersey, for you to have that connection with the community, I know there's a lot more happening with some of the younger generation being involved with this club. How exciting is that for you as a player to see that?
I think it's exciting. I mean, the brothers, we want to represent a multicultural team, and I think that's what Enter Toronto represents. So it's exciting how we're just going to obviously go down to the academy, and I think it's a really exciting project that we have going on here now.
How do you think that'll, or what sort of impact do you think that'll have going forward and long term when you look at the CPL, but both the impact on, this club as it pertains to the country and Canada soccer?
I mean, we want to be the team, I guess, the Toronto-based team. So, and I think that's very important. In Canada, Toronto's one of the biggest cities. So to have a Toronto-based team, I think is very important. So I think that's going to go or help very well for the soccer in Canada.
Are you a fan of the navy and the gold in your professional opinion? Clearly you have a sense of fashion. You get it.
I wore a little bit of navy today to match, but I'm excited to see what the kits will look like next year.
Are you mourning the green and the light blue, or do you think this is the right transition here?
I was new to the team last year, so I didn't have as much.
Right, the emotional tie wasn't there.
I didn't have as much emotional tie as, let's say, my teammate Max. He's been here for a while, so he's been wearing the green for a while. So for me, I didn't have the same emotional tie, but it'll be tough, but I am very excited to start wearing these colors next
On
year.
to the next, right? It looks great. Thank you so much,
Yes,
Kembo.
thank you.
Appreciate it. Costa, thanks so much for joining me. It's a big night, not only for the CPL, but also for Inter Toronto, who were once York United. What's it like from a league perspective, seeing a club like this make this sort of evolution that they are?
Well, thank you, Mackenzie. It's tremendous. It's tremendous. What a great statement of intent from the club to kind of show their ambition to be a big club within our league, to be a big club within Canada, but also just grounded in community, which is, I think, the biggest statement of intent here, to show how important community is, how important it is to build a club around a community, and how important it is to make Toronto home going forward for this club.
Exactly. And what sort of impact do you think it'll make having the actual word Toronto on their jerseys, on their branding? You talk about statement of intent. I think that's sort of exactly what this is.
Yes, when you have an ambitious ownership group like you do here with this club, it only makes sense to be in such an important city, not only in Canada, but also North America. And we see it. We see it some of the biggest capitals in the world, call it Mexico City, Buenos Aires, London. And, you know, they are meccas when it comes to the sport. Multiple clubs playing in one city and all playing at the highest level. And that should be no different for Inter Toronto going forward.
I think you and a lot of people in this room understand that in the Canadian soccer landscape, infrastructure is one of the things that is lacking. So to see this club making active steps toward improving that, whether it's their own facilities or looking to others, like what's that like?
Oh, it's imperative going forward, and I'm so happy that that is part of the whole intent of this group, because, I mean, we all know the challenges we have in this country when it comes to infrastructure. We just don't have enough. We're going into a World Cup year, and when you start thinking legacy and you start thinking what are we going to leave behind, not only for the current generation but for generations going forward, and what's going to be the legacy of this World Cup, you know, infrastructure is right at the forefront. We are severely lacking in that in this country from all levels, not at the professional level, all the way through. So when you have an ownership group like this that shows their intent going forward on the topic that is so important in Canadian soccer, then it should be putting a smile on everybody's face.
The last one I have for you is sort of around ambition. How do you think a club like this will contribute to setting the standard for the rest of the league and just some of the processes that they're putting in place and the standard that they've set?
Well, I think it's important. Ultimately, not only football, but all the sport is about competition. And when you have somebody step up and not only say they're going to do something, but actually do the work and do it, then, you know, it sets the new bar for everybody else. And that's what we're really excited about, because this ownership group has been saying it since the day they got here. They've made it very clear, and now they're acting on that ambition, and that just raises the bar for everybody, and that's something that I think we all want throughout the Canadian Premier League.
Yeah, it's a good point. There's a lot of talk, but execution is another thing, and we are seeing that here tonight. Thank you so much, Costa.
Thanks for having me.